Well, hello out there in YouTube land. If you hadn't figured it out by now, as maybe some of you have, I'm upgrading my off-grid power generating, power storage, off-grid power. And I guess you can see by the title, this is what we're going to be talking about here in a few minutes. So stick around, we'll get right to it. This is Surviving 2 coming to you with another video. Well, thanks for sticking around. I appreciate it. Like I said, I'm going to talk about this a little bit. I'm going to show you the case for right now. It's pretty good sized. I'll probably have notations here at the bottom of the screen as to how big this thing is folded up and how big it is open. And I'll probably make a notation of the weight. This is not something you're going to take backpacking. This is mainly for using in the vehicle, using here around the homestead, things like that. So that way I don't, I can deal with it. And it's going to be used to generate power into my RockPals 100w battery bank. So here's a more detailed picture of the front of the case, and then the back of the case. This is what it looks like with two releases here, so you can see a more detailed picture of that here. Now inside the case here on the front, it's got a pretty good sized zipper panel. And I've got all kinds of stuff put in there, plus the plug-in connections are in there. And I'll show you a picture of the USB where they plug in at. There's 3 of them. You got 2 regular USBs and 1 high power USB, the Q3, I guess is what it is now. Then also in here, I keep 20 foot of power cable, with the MC4 connectors on it, I believe it is. And then coming out of the unit itself, you can see that it comes from 2 terminal blocks with 2 big cables, and it's got MC4 connectors on the end of it. Now also included with the solar panel is this cable right here, which has MC4 connectors on it, and it will plug into a 5, I think it's a 5.5 to 2.5 connection, and they send you a bunch of adapters with it also. So if you want to connect right straight to your laptop or other power supplies, other battery banks or whatever, it gives you the ability to do that. Or if you want to power something else directly off of it, as long as the adapter fits and the power range will handle it, then you can use it that way, right straight off the solar panel. So that's what's included with it and here with it. Now also, I've hooked it up already in the sun and hung it from my frame here, my canopy frame, as you see this picture here. That way the sun could get to it pretty good. And then this is how I actually use carabiners, the snap carabiners, to hook it up to the frame and let it hang there, which you could hang this off of a car, you can hang it off of a tree limb, whatever. Now, when I was powering this thing up and testing it out, I had it hooked to the 300-watt power supply, and here's a picture of the screen, and it shows you what the screen looks like when it's being powered by a solar panel. And I kept trying. If you look, you can see the voltage rating marked on there. I forget what it was, but you can see it. I tried it several different ways. I tried it kind of an accordion sitting on the ground. I tried it laying flat on the ground and other different ways, and it didn't make any difference. I seemed to get the best power from it hanging and coming into it like that. So when I was charging up the RockPals 300w power bank, it's got 5 bars and 4 of them were lit up. So it was charging the 5th bar. And I paid attention to how long it took to charge it, and that was an hour. So if you take 1 hour and you figure 5 bars, so that's probably around 5 hours it's going to take to recharge for this 100w solar panel to recharge that 300w power supply, which that works for me. So anyway, I just thought I'd share all this with you. I've got some other stuff coming that I'm going to be working with and testing out, and then I'm going to see which way I go from there. One of them is going to be an 80w that's a lot smaller than this, but I can parallel it to a second one. So I'm going to see what happens. So anyway, enough of this one. Catch you on the next one. Until then, y'all take care out there. Later.
I want to thank you for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to see more in the future that I put out, just subscribe. Until then, later.